Hey all, Joe here with All Funnies and Games. And today we're coming back to stick figure class. So if you remember last time, we talked about how to go from a really basic stick figure like that to something with a little bit more realistic detail to it. Alright, so we've got arms hanging at the sides, we've got legs going straight down, we've got kind of a shape to the torso. So this week we're going to go into two things. The first is going to be how to use this stick figure style, male and female. So what we've got here is very much a male looking stick figure. It's got the broader shoulders, tapering to the narrower waist. Now this is a body style called the rhombus. Men have more body styles than this, but this is the most recognizably male body style. So for women, we're going to go towards an hourglass, maybe even towards the pear body type. And basically what that is the hips should be at least as broad as the shoulders, right? So the male look is going to be narrow waist, broad shoulders. Female is going to be either equal sized or even make the waist a little bit bigger. And then instead of straight lines down, like we have here, instead of straight lines, it's going to be a gentle curve down. Right? And it doesn't have to be as broad as I made that one. It can be even just there. Basically, the idea is that this middle point here should be the narrowest point on this torso. The next thing that I'm going to talk about is joints and posing. So the thing you want to keep in mind with joints and posing is that your shoulders here, they can go pretty much anywhere you want them to. Okay? The shoulders can pretty much spin in almost any direction. The elbows are going to be at about the halfway point, and just try and keep in mind everyone only has one elbow. So you can have someone with a hand on their hip and waving with the other arm. And now you've got a pose. And that's really all it takes. And you can make these elbows as angular or noodly as you like. You know, you can do something that's got that very realistic look to it and even bend the wrist out a little bit. Or you can do like this big Adventure Time swoopy arm to really make that pose look how you want it to look. And then from there, really just play with the elbows. You can play with the knees too. The knees bend, they won't bend backwards, okay? So that is a normal look if the guy's looking off this way. But if you have the knees going like that, then he's very much waving over his shoulder. You're kind of implying that he's looking back over his shoulder, but that his body is facing this way. So the knees are going to point towards whatever direction the body's pointing. And think about that as you're posing these stick figures out. And you don't have to have the knees bend at all. You can give them this kind of straight up and down look. And at this point, you are drawing something kind of like Cyanide and Happiness's Explosum's art style. He tends to leave out the neck, but it's not much more complicated than what you're seeing here. He'll do a face, immediately into a body, arms, legs, and I mean, this is the art style for a well-known, well-regarded webcomic. If you've never heard of it before, it is definitely geared towards an adult clientele, not appropriate for all audiences at all. But his art style is very simple, and that's the only reason I bring him up. But you can do what you like with the face, and next time I am going to go a little bit deeper into the faces, right? Because that's going to be the next step. So you can go with what you want gender-wise for your characters. You can start posing them out a little bit. And really for these poses, just think about the arms, the elbows, the legs, the knees. That's really the big thing you want to be thinking about. The shoulders you don't have to really worry too hard about. Those can pretty much do their thing. With a little bit of practice, look at where we are beyond I can only draw stick figures. And you know what? We're only 2 episodes in. We're going to keep getting better. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. And I'll see you on the next one.